Now, there's been an increase in the number of child abductions to countries with no legal agreement to return them. Figures from the Foreign Office show nearly a 40% rise in children being taken to countries which have failed to sign the Hague Convention on Child Abduction. This is Damien Gale. Damien's son Nicholas was taken away from him. He was taken to Jamaica 4 years ago now, Damien?
Yes.
Yeah, by his mum.
By his mum, yes.
And Nicholas was how old then?
He was 3 years old. It was just after his 3rd birthday.
So what was going on then? Had you and mum split up? Did you see this coming, or was this a bolt from the blue?
It was a huge shock. We had separated some time before. There was regular contact with me and my son, and I was told that she was going to take him on a holiday to visit family that she had over there, and this was over the Christmas period. So I agreed to it. I was absolutely fine with it, and basically she took him with her, went on holiday, and the next thing I found out was that she had returned to the UK and she had left him out there.
Right. Is she back in the UK?
Yes, she's back in the UK.
So what purpose does that serve? I mean, if neither of you are with your child?
It was, as I said, it was a little bit shocking. Well, more than a little bit shocking. I don't fully understand why it was done in the first place, but I believe he was staying with her grandmother at the time.
Do you have any access to Nicholas, or is this simply just a financial and a geographical thing where you can't get there?
Well, what has happened, he has actually been returned to the UK now. He was out there for 1.5 years. Basically what happened is I spoke to various organisations during that time, one of them being the Foreign Commonwealth Office. He put me in touch with a charity called Reunite International, and they specialise in international parental child abduction. And so they were able to give me loads of helpful advice, and I started legal proceedings to attempt to get him returned to the UK.
And what sort of relationship do you have with Nicholas now? Do you have access with Nicholas?
Yes, I do have regular contact with Nicholas, yes.
How scary was that situation while he was away for 18 months?
It was the most scariest thing I think I've ever been through in my life. I truly did fear that I wouldn't be able to get him back. I spoke to so many organisations and everybody told me there wasn't anything I could do. Part of the reason being that that country was outside of the Hague Convention.
Sure. And it's such a fantastic age in a child's life, between 3 and 5, and there you were missing out on this. Were you allowed phone calls? Could you have gone and visited him if you'd have wanted to?
I had a telephone number, so I kept regular contact by phone. One of the main problems was where he lived was out somewhere in the countryside, so it wasn't a fixed address as such. The only address I had was of a post box, basically, that was connected to the post office. I didn't actually have an address as such as to where he was. So it would have been impossible for me to go out and visit.
The thing about this, Damien, is you know, you're born in England, your wife's born in England, you've got West Indian roots, and she had family there. Sometimes it's even much more complicated than that. But the warning basically is, at this time of the year, if one parent or the other wants to abduct a child, the guise of a holiday, the pretense of a foreign holiday, can make that happen. Yeah. And it happened right under your nose. You didn't see it coming.
Didn't see it coming at all. I mean, one of the major issues was that I believe there was a change in the law in December 2006, if my memory serves me correctly, where a father would automatically have parental responsibility if they were on the birth certificate of the child. Now, unfortunately, my son was born about 16 days before they changed the law, so as much as I was in his life and I'm on the birth certificate and all the rest of it, because myself and his mother weren't married at the time, I didn't automatically have parental responsibility. So once she had taken him, she was within her right to do so, and there wasn't anything that I could do to stop it.
It's all very complicated, and it's something that is on the increase as we become a global village. Damien, thanks for telling us your story. Thank you very much.
Thank you.